The real test of love is when a person, including you, can know your weaknesses, your stupidities and your smallnesses, and still love you. The cultural ban on having sex with your friends is an inevitable offshoot of a societal belief that the only acceptable reason to have sex is to lead to a monogamous marriage-like relationship. A lot of people describe having sex with only one person as being faithful. It seems to me that faithfulness has very little to do with who you have sex with. Faithfulness is about honoring your commitments and respecting your friends and lovers, about caring for their well-being as well as your own. The most successful long-term relationships are the ones with enough flexibility to redefine themselves over and over again through the years. Most of us need some support in asking for what we want. When we are involved in making agreements, we need to feel sure that the needs we reveal will not be held against us. Most of us feel pretty vulnerable in and around our emotional limits, so it's important to recognize that these limits are valid. I need to feel loved. I need to feel that I'm important to you. I need to know that you find me attractive. I need you to listen and care about me when I feel hurt. When we tell our partners that we feel jealous, we are making ourselves vulnerable in a very profound way. When our partners respond with respect, listen to us, validate our feelings, support and reassure us, we feel better taken care of than we would have if no difficulty had arisen in the first place. So we strongly recommend that you and your partners give each other the profoundly bonding experience of sharing your vulnerabilities. So we strongly recommend that you and your partners give each other we are all human, we are all vulnerable, and we all need validation. Love is not a real-world limit. The mother of 9 children can love each of them as much as the mother of an only child. The problem is that when you blame someone else for how you feel, you disempower yourself from finding solutions. If this is someone else's fault, only that person can fix it, right? So poor you can't do anything but sit there and moan. Once you have a handle on loving yourself, you can practice sharing that love with others. You've probably been taught to reserve the language of love for when you're feeling overwhelmingly tender and passionate, and only for those who have made huge commitments to you. We recommend instead learning to recognize and acknowledge all the sweet feelings that make life worthwhile even when they don't knock you over. And, moreover, learning to communicate those feelings to the people who inspire them. Only actions can be crimes. Let us repeat that one. Emotions are never wrong, only actions can be wrong. Emotions are an expression of our emotional truth, and truth cannot be wrong. Nor do they need to be justified. They just need to be felt. Remember. When you have built a satisfying relationship with yourself, then you have something of great worth to share with others. To be an ethical slut, you need to have very good boundaries that are clear, strong, flexible, and, above all, conscious. If you believe that you can use sex to shore up your fragile self-esteem by stealing someone else's, we feel sorry for you. Because this will never work to build a solid sense of self-worth, and you will have to go on stealing more and never getting fulfilled. A final note about love. One remedy for the fear of not being loved is to remember how good it feels to love someone. If you're feeling unloved and you want to feel better, go love someone, and see what happens. A great many people do believe that to be single is to be somehow incomplete and that they need to find the other half. We believe, on the other hand, that the fundamental sexual unit is one person. Adding more people to that unit may be intimate, fun and companionable, but does not complete anybody. Once you have a handle on loving yourself, you can practice sharing that love with others. You've probably been taught to reserve the language of love for when you're feeling overwhelmingly tender and passionate, and only for those who have made huge commitments to you. We recommend instead learning to recognize and acknowledge all the sweet feelings that make life worthwhile even when they don't knock you over. And, moreover, learning to communicate those feelings to the people who inspire them.